My father gave me a piece of advice years ago, but I didn't listen. I stopped running. And then my wife gave me a piece of advice. Therefore, I thought I needed to pay attention. This is still closed. So, been a while since I've been here. Need to kind of get my act together, but this is our starting point. Man, this trail run is gonna destroy me. I am not in trail running shape. So much weight to lose still. But I'm out here, and that's a win. Just being able to get out. My belly is just flopping around right now. These are some reasons why I stop running if you are like me and you need to kind of have a reset to figure out your stuff. Because I'll tell you, running when you don't know why you're running, like what your goals are, like what you're trying to achieve, like it makes it so it's harder to be consistent. And for me, that's been my thing, right? So take stock, see what's going on in your life, come up with an action plan. I mean, you can feel sad, feel the emotions, feel sad, and then come up with a plan. My gloves are falling apart too. Come up with a plan of how you're going to dig yourself out of your hole that you may have dug, or I have dug. I've dug myself a big hole, and I got a long way to get out of it. But the first thing is stop digging, just like stop running. Take stock of where you are. If you're injured, you shouldn't be running, right? Start healing up. If you're fat, if you're sick and tired of feeling tired and sick, then stop eating the junk. I'm pointing at me. Stop eating the junk, Dave. There's a different type of feeling I get when I run on trails, specifically when there's nobody around. I am the only one here, and there's nobody to hear me. If I take one wrong step, I don't know how I can get help, because there are parts of this trail where there's no coverage. That means there's no connection to the outside world. So if I wipe out, roll an ankle, hurt myself somehow, I'm on my own, and I need to be able to figure it out, because nobody is going to come and save me. Nobody even really knows that I'm here. I'm out here just looking after me. I need to be self-sufficient. And looking out for bears or any wildlife, that's on me. Oh yeah, here comes the rain. Oh, wait a minute. That was just a big gust of wind blowing the water off the leaves. I'm really happy I got out early today. I got a little bit of a commute to my next appointment, so I thought I would take the opportunity. It's hard to explain the feeling I get running amongst the trees. Running in an area where there is nobody else. It's just me. Just me, my camera, and me talking to you. It's quite the experience. So far, 2025 has been a very difficult year. I do my best. I really do. And getting out for these runs is good for the soul. It's good for the mind. It's good for my well-being, my mental health, and everything else that goes along with it. It's just a good thing, and I need to do more of it. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that later in today's video, but it's something that my wife and my dad told me that I kind of forgot. Being an overweight runner and not being able to do the types of runs that you once used to do kind of drags you down. But instead of allowing it to drag you down, allow it to motivate you to grind up a hill, to run up a hill. Look, Hill sprints are amazing. They help in a lot of ways. Just like running slow does. You know, there was a time a couple of years ago that I could have run a lot of what I'm walking right now. But over the years, I've allowed myself to go the other way, to pack on the weight, you know, to deal with, you know, family circumstances that were out of my control. And as difficult as that is, you know, that's my reality. Now, are things getting better? No, not at all. Because it's kind of like an onion. When it comes to your fitness, when it comes to your health, you know, and if you're looking for a diagnosis as to why you're having the problems that you're having, like my wife is having so much problems, like with her health. It's fallen off a cliff, and we've been going from doctor to doctor to doctor, specialist. I mean, it's been a long journey, and trying to keep the ball rolling in a positive way. When you're like the guy, the financial aspect comes on me, right? Like, she can't work. She's like, trying to get her to stand is difficult, right? Trying to walk is difficult, like really bad. Like, you know, she went from a healthy person to just crushed. And my heart is very, very heavy with that. But she said to me the other day, she said, honey, the one way that you can help me is by making sure that you're okay. Get out for your run. Just like you tell all the people that subscribe to your YouTube channel. You always say, get out and run. So what I need from you is, I need you to get out and run. I need you to put you first, because you can't help me if you're not good. And that's something that I've always said, but it's been very hard to put it into practice. And I say this to you because we all have somebody who struggles in life. And, you know, we can get down on ourselves and say, hey, you know, I'm not where I want to be. This is not where I thought I'd be in life. You know, I didn't think I'd be overweight. I didn't think I'd, you know, you have to walk with a cane. You know, I didn't think I'd have, you know, what you name the diagnosis, right? You just fill in the blank, right? I didn't think that would happen to me, but it does, because it's called life. And we are, in my opinion, we are presented with things in life that we need to overcome. And these are learning opportunities. So when I'm out for a run, it's a learning opportunity. I'm bettering myself. I'm trying to, you know, figure out why my hand right now is numb. Is it because I was holding on to the selfie stick for too long? That wouldn't have happened a couple of years ago. Well, here I am, right? Like, it is what it is. So we are blessed with a life. And as my father always said, there's a day that you were born, and there's a day that you pass away. And there's a dash in between those two dates. And that's called life. So whatever you do, don't let it pass you by. Because when you're on your bed and you got your last breaths, you know, are you gonna look back and go, oh, I'm so glad, you know, I worked late that one day. I was so happy I finished that report at 10 o'clock at night, and I missed my evening with my child, with my wife, with my friends. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, that's the way it's always going to be. There are times where you have to step up, right? Once I get past the procrastination, the running benefits using the Maffetone method actually really do shine. I just love mornings like this. I know I'm gonna feel so much better. But really, I'm a couple of hours before my first appointment in Collingwood, so I'm going running. It's about 4 degrees, and I'll take it. But I'm sitting here. I got here. That's the important thing. The procrastination now kicks in for me to get out of the car. The feeling I get from the run is well worth any of the crappy wet feet I'm gonna have for the remainder of the day. And to be quite honest, I love running, you know, by the water. It's a great place to be. And whether you're running for an ultra marathon, a marathon, a half marathon, 10K, 5K, you know, you just got to do what you love. Do it for the sport, do it for the endorphins, do it for, I don't know, just do it for your mental health. You know, I get to see nature. You get to see Canada geese. Here, let me show you. Hi, Canada goose. How are you? Heart rate training doesn't lie. It will tell you exactly what's going on if you're willing to listen. Something else I really like about it is it's enjoyable. It's not scary. It's scary slow, but not scary. Like running slow is not something I have to worry about. And another point is it helps me get prepared for running on the trails, because I'm not too worried about my pace. I don't really care about my pace. It's time on feet. It's all that matters when you're on the trail. This is crazy. Who wants to go for a hike? It's a good way to start off. I wanted to go for a trail run, and this is what I'm looking at. Oh my God. Hopefully the rest of the trail isn't like this. In a million years, thought I'd see this. This is gonna take, look at this. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just a twisted, mangled. Okay, what the hell is a trail? You know, Mother Nature is pissed at all of us. I would compare what my results look like after a month of using the Maffetone method, or AKA Zone 2 running. And in April, when I restarted once again, for those of you who have been watching, this is kind of like a reoccurring event. But like I said, over the last number of years, I don't know whether I've, sabotaged my own running, whether it's just my own life events that have happened, or really what it is that's kind of caused me to stop and start on this journey. I don't know if it's a lack of having a race goal, or just because of the environment that I work in, or whatever it is. It's not an excuse. These are just results that I want to share to show you that if you're thinking about starting using, whether it's the Maffetone method, or whether it's, you're just running in Zone 2 by perceived effort, or you're training by heart rate, whatever it is, it does work. It does take time. So looking at my April run was at 8:14 average pace for a 10-kilometer run. Average heart rate was 142. Maximum heart rate on that particular run kind of went up to 148. Between my pace consistency and my heart rate drift, it's very noticeable between 4 and 8 kilometers. That's when it starts to kind of take hold. And that's where things were in April. Now, when I look at May, I went down to a 7:44 pace. Okay, that's in kilometers. This is what it is in miles. My average heart rate was 138 beats. My maximum heart rate when I was on this run was 47. And my pace consistency was more consistent throughout the run, which means that my heart rate drift was more controlled and more stable. Now, this is something I was pretty impressed with. So when you look at the changes between just those two runs, it's just a very short period of time. And it's not like I'm running every day. Like on the screen here, you can see what happened, because everything I post is on Strava or in Kuros. So seeing a 30 seconds faster per kilometer in May from April, I thought that was pretty significant.
The one thing I'm really surprised with is how there's such a difference when you're running on gravel outside in the wind and the elements, and then what it's like to run on a treadmill where you have a controlled environment, a cushy pad that you run on, and you can control that speed on that belt. So today I'm going to talk about what that is like, and specifically as I run around this track right now. I ended up in the gym by myself.
I was supposed to meet up with my accountability partner for a workout, but unfortunately he canceled like last minute, just couldn't do it. So I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a math test on the treadmill.
Almost done 10K. There is a big difference when running on the treadmill and running on the road when you're using heart rate training. Like a big difference. I have to tell you, like seriously, my results are gonna blow you away.
3 Maffetone test runs and then 1 treadmill run. You can see the first one's 8:17, 7:59, 7:53. Heart rate, again, 139. I mean, the first one was 143, was even higher. But this treadmill run kind of blew it all away. And there's a couple of reasons for this that I'm going to dive into, but I wanted to share that because it's something that is quite telling, to be quite honest. So yeah, my aerobic engine was on fire, right? So I'm basically running 25% faster than my first MAF run at the same low heart rate. And to be quite honest, my heart rate was even lower than what my first one was. I was broken, overweight, lost, unhealthy. I didn't listen. Not to my body, not to my wife. I thought I had it under control until I didn't. I was 100 pounds overweight, so I took it upon myself. I ran to lose the 100 pounds, but I didn't learn the lessons. Not the first time, not even the second. It came back. Not all of it, but a lot of it. The struggle to get up in the morning, lacing up worn out shoes, hitting the pavement alone, each step heavier than the last. It's hard. It really is. The struggle is real life, and without it, we don't grow. We don't learn. We don't become better. Some days I don't feel like I want to run.
This is 2 days in a row, a 10K run. It may not seem like a lot to maybe you, but for me, at some point, this was nothing. Or as I stand right now, back to back, 2 days running, this seems like a milestone. I'm going for a 40K bike ride tomorrow with my business partner. So
feel like I'm on the right track. But, you know, life can always get in the way.
To push you, to help you grow.
Sometimes you have to lose everything to understand what it means to truly fight for it. I'm not done. Not even close. There's a little voice in the back of my head saying, it's been too long, Dave. You need to go out and run. And if you don't, you know what's going to happen. The journey of self-discovery never ends. Every day there's something new to learn. Right now, I am recovering. 2 10K runs back to back. My legs are sore. I'm sitting here editing this video extremely tired. It's not something that I've experienced after only running 20 kilometers. That's not a big thing for me. But apparently, it is. It's something that I haven't done in a while. And it's amazing how your body detrains very quickly if you don't go out and do your run. It's just what it is. I mean, running up these hills,